Well, hello there. This is Queen Esther. I am so excited to finally be coming back on air with my television shows, my radio shows, sage advice, video vignettes, everything that's going on. And I am really excited about this new tool called Periscope. I hope that you are tuning in. You want to make sure that you tap your screen and give me some hearts so that I can build the following, because there's going to be a lot of great sage advice that I will be offering to my friends, my fans, my followers, family, everybody who comes on, and even people I don't even know. I just have a heart and a passion for everything that's about self-esteem. The queen for self-esteem. Yep, that's me, Queen Esther. And as a past national queen title holder, with a pageant system, you had to have a platform. And the platform that just naturally made sense for me was to work on something with self-esteem, because it was an area that I had so much challenge with growing up myself. But in addition to that, not only for me, but I also found that many other people are plagued with some form of self-esteem issues. And so I've come up with something really great, a brand that's called Bootaloo. B-U, do you, love you. That's right. B-U is self-awareness. Do you is self-confidence. And love you is, of course, self-love. And I believe that there is not a way that we can put our fingerprint on this world, if you will, that we can truly give to the world as we have been purposed and designed to do. And each of us definitely have a fingerprint that we need to place on the world. You can't do it unless you have a strong sense of Bootaloo. B-U, do you, love you. That's right. Self-confidence, self-awareness, self-love, all that mixed together will help you get to your destiny. Because if you're unsure of who you are, you can't confidently navigate this world. And then, of course, it's difficult to love a figment or a masked individual. But we'll talk more about that on other episodes and different types of communication and media platforms and things that I have planned for the very near future. But right now what I want to do is do an inaugural Ask Queen Esther, Esteem-ly Yours, which is a column that I had created back in 2010 where people could write in to me. I aired it on my radio shows, had it on my blog, had it on my website. While all of those platforms are being revamped and I am rebranding myself, I could not wait another minute. And I wanted to get out there and just share with you some exciting things, and just also to really kind of just get my feet wet again. Re-wet them, if you will, by sharing just some sage advice. And really the purpose of me coming to you is to give you sage advice on issues that not only you are confronted with in your daily life walk, but that other individuals are also confronted with. And just to make sure that I'm helping and supporting and loving you like a friend from a friend. I know there's been a lot of questions that I've had in life. I've had a very unique, interesting path that I've had to go through. And in doing that, it has been a challenge, if you will. It has been definitely a challenge in being able to determine, I guess you could say, what answers how should I go about it? And just having a friend to be able to speak to me and give me some really good advice, that means a lot. That means a lot. So here I am, very excited to be spending this time with you. Very excited to be able to be on Periscope. Again, I'm under Queen Esther Speaks. Now you want to take the vowels out of Speaks. So it's Queen, Q-U-E-E-N, Esther, E-S-T-H-E-R, and then Speaks, but without the E and the A. So it's S-P-K-S. That's right, Queen Esther Speaks. Now also you can find me on Facebook under @Queen Esther Speaks, all spelled out. Please remember that Esther has an H in it, just like in the Bible, B-I-B-L-E. E-S-T-H-E-R, okay? Esther, Queen Esther Speaks over on Facebook. Now, either of those ways you're probably wondering, how can I get a question to her? If you like what I'm doing here, of course, tap the screen, give me some hearts so I can build my audience. But also, if you like what I'm doing here and you have a question that comes up, you can send that question to me. You can message me either here on Twitter, or you can message me on Facebook and under Queen Esther Speaks, okay? So enough about that. I have to give you my legal disclaimer. So give me one moment. I'm going to look at it on the computer screen and read it to you. You know, I do love hearing from my listeners, my readers, my friends, fans, and I am actually very humbled to be able to help in any way that I can because self-esteem means so much to me. But I need you to remember one thing, that if any reason that the inquiry that you want to send me poses any immediate hurt, harm, or danger to you or to someone else, you need to immediately contact your local authorities for assistance. That's not me. Okay, let's just be real clear on it. That's not me. Queen Esther Speaks advice column, or Esteem-ly Yours, or Ask Queen Esther, which is all synonymous and the same, is only meant for friendly advice. You know, one friend to another, a sister to a sister or brother. Okay? But please seek professional assistance when and if or it is needed. I'm not that professional. I'm just a real good friend. I want to make sure that you're clear on that. You're going to have to hear that disclaimer every single time that we meet here on Periscope with Esteem-ly Yours. But without further ado, I want to read a question that I received in inbox message from someone who has a little quandary. And then I'm going to give you my advice. Dear Queen Esther, I have been seeing two guys, lucky her, right? For a little over 6 months. And things have gotten pretty serious with both of them. I think I have caught some feelings for both of them, but now I am at a crossroads of having to let one go and to settle into a more serious and committed relationship with the other. But which one do I choose? What if I pick the wrong one and then it doesn't even work out? I need help figuring out which man to select. Any advice would be appreciated. Sincerely, Miss Undecided. I would say undecided, right? She's blessed. For sure. She has two guys, right, that she's interested in. So that's pretty cool. But at the same time, 6 months, that's a long time to be dating someone and getting to know them. Maybe she's taking it really slow. I hope so. Okay. But with that, it's really difficult to really commit your heart and to be in a growing, nurturing, loving relationship when you're juggling. So I applaud you, first of all, Miss Undecided, for wanting to stop the juggle act, if you will, and to really settle down and get serious with one of the gentlemen. And that's only fair to you, but it's also fair to them. Hearts are very fragile. They're a very fragile thing. And so we will always want to make sure that we are taking care of not only our heart, but we're also taking care of the hearts that are entrusted to us. It's going to be a hard decision, 6 months to let one of them go. So I also encourage you to just do it gingerly and lovingly. Do it the way that you would want it done to you. And if you don't want it done well, then do it the way most people would want it done to them, which is to be done lovingly, gingerly, honestly, transparently. Okay? Now, undecided. What I'm thinking about here is that with a question like this, while someone may not be juggling two potential mates, life mates or whatever, you know, someone might be juggling a decision between two jobs or juggling a decision between two cars or two homes, moving or staying, you know, placing a parent. You know, a lot of people my age nowadays are taking care of their parents. So you might be in a situation where you are actually having to care for that parent. And do you put them in a care facility, or do you place them in your own home, or do you keep them in their own home? Decisions is the point. And so many times in life, pretty much all we do is make decisions. And there are times where it's a very difficult thing to do. And that's where we need some help. So that's what I'm really hearing at the foundation of your question. But I am going to challenge you, Miss Undecided, with one thing. And that is I think you really, deep down in your heart, you already know the answer. You know what you want to do. You know who you want to be with. And you're just coming to me for a little bit of confirmation. So from one friend to another, I will give you that confirmation. Now, I'm going to give you the answer of flip a coin. I know you're probably like, what? Flip a coin? Yes, flip a coin. That's what I'm going to encourage you to do. Because at the end of the day, that's what, well, I'll get into that in a minute. You want to flip a coin. However, I probably could give you some other suggestions, some other ideas, some other thoughts, some other ways in order to make a decision. Because again, at the foundation of your question, while you are just looking for a confirmation, I assert that's what you're doing. There are other people who are faced with decisions every day, and you as well. And so how can you go about making a really good decision? Well, I could tell you to pray. I am unashamedly strong, proud Christian, and I believe in the divine direction that God provides me on my day-to-day walk. So with that, I'm definitely going to always pray and submit whatever my point of inquiry is to God and see what he tells me, because he's going to give me a good direction and he'll never lead me astray or lead me down the wrong path. He's only going to intend good things for me. That's one thing you could do. Another thing you could do is you could check in with some friends, some professionals, mentors, somebody who's really good at giving you sage advice, someone who cares, someone who really has your best interest at heart, that you can sit down and just kind of hash out what the decision points are and help you come to a confirmed decision. One thing I don't want to have you abdicate, though, is to think that someone else making the decision for you and you going with it releases you from the responsibility of the decision made. The decision is yours. Now, a third thing that you could do, because we have asked God, we have talked to somebody and just have a good conversation and kind of evolve to the answer. Well, a third thing that you could do is you could do the pro and con list. I love the weighted pro and con list. And what I mean by that is you have, in your situation, Mr. Undecided, you have two gentlemen. You have person A and person B. Well, person A, what you could do is you could have them have person A listed and list all the pros and then list all the cons. And then you could do the same thing for person B, list all the pros and all of the cons. And then, and it doesn't just stop there. It doesn't start with, well, there are 7 pros and 3 cons for person A, and there are 10 pros and 8 cons for person B. So person B loses out and I'm going to go with person A. Well, that may be how it ends up, but that's not necessarily what you want to do. What you also want to do is go into those pros and go into those cons and weight them and do it fairly. Don't just go with, oh, well, I like the way he looks better, so I'm going to give him a higher ranking on looks. No, say maybe the level of importance. And so you have a 3 scale, make it uneven. That's always good. And so you have, it's extremely important. So that gets the highest value. That gets a 3. I'm neutral about it. That gets a 2. Or it's not that important, but it's a noteworthy point. Then that gets a 1. So then that's what you do. For each of the components on the pros and the cons list, each of those characteristics that you've documented, weight it, and then add it up. The numbers are the raw numbers. It's just a nice clean cut way of being able to determine and taking kind of a lot of intangibles that happen in our world and making them tangible, taking the intangibles and making them tangibles. So, the looks, the way he treats me, is he of the same faith, different things that matter to you that exist or don't exist in each of these gentlemen. Boy, you've got some decisions at hand. But I started this all out saying that I was going to tell you to flip a coin. And that's honestly what I would tell you to do. Flip a coin. So person A is heads. Person B is tails. Now that you have that, what I would tell you to do is say, okay, now that I know who is who and what each person is going to be, I flipped a coin. It lands on heads. Person A, right? Not necessarily. What you actually want to do is you want to see, oh, it's person A. How do I feel about that response? Am I happy or am I sad? Am I glad or disappointed? Am I excited about moving forward with that decision or am I hesitant? Listen to your inside, because like I said at the top of the question, you already know the answer. You already know what's in your heart, what's in your soul, what's in your spirit. You already know what you believe and who you really want to be with. But you're searching for that confirmation to kind of maybe ease the responsibility. As I reminded you, you can't ease the responsibility. But at the same time, this allows you to really feel what's going on inside when all of the noise around us want to let us hear how we are feeling internally. So you flip that coin, it lands on person A, and you're excited. You're like, yes, that's who I wanted anyway. Score! Okay, well, if that's really how you feel, then that's who you want. That's who you should be with. Or if you feel like, oh, I wanted person B, then maybe you need to be with person B. Listen to the response to the result of the flip coin. That always works for me. Of course, if those other versions didn't. Okay, well, I hope that helps. This has been an amazing time spent with you today on Esteem-ly Yours. Ask Queen Esther here on Periscope. Tap the screen, give me some hearts, get some followers over here, share with everybody, and I will see you next time. Be well. Bye.